Hey guys, so today I am going to be doing my weekend reads. Normally people would do Friday reads, but I've done one of these last year at some point, and I was gonna do them religiously every weekend. That hasn't happened, and I'm sorry for that. But I am going to be doing one now, so hopefully this one kind of makes up for the lack of not doing them, because I also have a really exciting announcement. So stay tuned to the end of this video if you want to know a little secret that's coming to my channel soon. I am very excited to announce it. But first, I am going to get on to my currently reading and weekend reads. So I am currently reading nothing. I am not reading anything at the current moment. This morning I finished Awakening by Shannon Duffy, and this was at like 5 in the morning when I couldn't sleep because I had slept in like the late afternoon, so I had that nap and it didn't help, so I was up at 5 in the morning and I managed to finish this. Oh my gosh, I absolutely loved it. I am going to be doing a review on it as soon as I'm finished filming this video, so it'll be in the same shirt, same everything, and it'll probably be up before this because I'm going to put this one up on Friday. So this video should be up. The link to this will be over the book and will be in the description. Oh my god. #1 book of 2015 so far. That's all I'm going to say. And so because I finished that this morning, I didn't pick up any books this afternoon because I was working on a little something, and so I haven't read anything yet. I'm currently reading nothing. But the book that I am going to be currently reading is Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. This is the Novel Bunch's book of the month, and I am very excited to read it. I know that some people in the Novel Bunch group have actually already finished this, or have started reading it at least, and so I'm kind of behind because it is the second day of April, but I know that Gwen and Mads both haven't started it either, so I'm going to start it now, like right now, like in this video. I am going to read the first little bit, okay? I figured why not? That way I can actually mark in a video on Goodreads that I'm actually reading the book. Chapter 1 is Arya's point of view. They called the world beyond the walls of the pod the Death Shop. A million ways to die out there. Arya never thought she'd get so close. Ooh, it's in third point of view. That's good. She bit her lip as she stared at the heavy steel door in front of her. A display screen read Agriculture 6, no entry, in flashing red letters. Ag 6 was just a service dome, Arya told herself. Dozens of domes supplied Reverie with food, water, and oxygen, all the things an enclosed city needed. Maybe we should turn back, Paisley said. She stood beside Arya in the airlock chamber, nervously twisting a strand of her long red hair. The three boys crouched at the control board by the door, jamming the signal so that they could exit without triggering an alarm. Arya tried to ignore their steady bickering. Come on, Paisley, what's the worst that could happen? Arya meant it as a joke, but her voice sounded too high, so she tacked on a laugh. That came out sounding mildly hysterical. What could happen in a damaged dome? Paisley counted on her slender fingers. Our skin could rot off, we could get locked out, and either storm could turn us into human bacon. Then the cannibals could eat us for breakfast. It's just another part of the Reverie, Arya said. An off-limits part. Paise, you don't have to go. Neither do you, Paisley said, but she was wrong. For the past 5 days, Arya had been worried constantly about her mother. Why hadn't she been in touch? Lumina had never missed one of their daily visits, no matter how engrossed she was in her medical research. If Arya wanted answers, she needed to get into that dome. Okay, so I am now on page 2.
Alright. Change this from want to read. There. I just changed it to currently reading. See? Look it. We're at currently reading. Currently reading. Page 2. I just updated this while filming a video. Smiley face. No, winky face. Here we go. No, that didn't go in the right spot. Oops. Smile. There we go. Save progress. There we go. I'm done.
So yes, that means I am now currently reading Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. It is Thursday night, so I'll be reading this tomorrow. I'm obviously not going to finish it because it's almost like it's almost a 400-page book, so I'm definitely not going to finish it tonight. I might get a few chapters in, and I will still be reading it tomorrow on Friday when this video goes up. So I am currently reading this. I don't doubt that I'm going to finish that book very quickly because from what I just read, it seems pretty good already, and I'm curious and I kind of want to go read it right now, but I still have to film film this video, and I still have to film a review, so I have to wait a little bit. The book that I plan to read next is going to complete my TBR jar challenge, which is, yes, currently being held to my yearly goals with 2 bobby pins, and it is to reread a favorite book. See? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? I don't know if anybody gets that. So like I said, because I plan on finishing that one very quickly, the book that I'm going to be reading after Under the Never Sky is A Rose for Melinda by Laraline McDaniel. This is probably one of my favorite books by her of all time. Like these 3 in here in this bind up is Don't Die My Love, I'll Be Seeing You, and A Rose for Melinda. This book is so tattered and the spine's almost starting to break at certain parts, and some of the pages are curled, and at one point I think I dog-eared them. Don't kill me, but I dog-eared them at one point. But now I have the little markers. There's 2 markers to mark off the 3 books. A Rose for Melinda is the last one in here, and it is the book that I chose to complete my TBR jar challenge. What I am looking forward to most in rereading this book is the fact that it's not written like a normal book is. It's written in like letters and like notes and stuff. So this is the very beginning. And it's like notes from Jessie to Melinda, and they're like in kindergarten, and it goes until they're like 16, I think. And I love this book so much, so much, and I've been wanting to reread it for forever, so I'm so excited to reread it. And I don't doubt that I'm gonna cry. I'm so excited. As you guys know, Laraline is probably my favorite author of all time. She's what got me into reading, and I love her, and I have to reread a book by her because it's one of my favorites. And A Rose for Melinda, I could always reread that, and I would never get bored, and I just love it, and I highly recommend it to anybody who wants to start reading her books or wants to know what my big fuss is about. Pick up this bind up and read these 3, or even just read A Rose for Melinda or Don't Die My Love, because they are the best. The best. So if I do manage to finish A Rose for Melinda, I have completed my TBR jar goal then, and I'm free to read whatever I want. And I mean, that's something that I want to read anyways, and I'm free to read whatever's on my TBR shelf that I feel like reading next. So I think that after I finish Under the Never Sky, because it's like the dystopian sci-fi, which is a lot like what I just read, Awakening by Shannon Duffy, and then I'm going to be rereading A Rose for Melinda, so I'm probably going to be on a contemporary kick. And I was sitting on my bed and I was looking at my TBR shelf, and I sat there for a good 10 minutes not knowing what I was going to pick. But I was like, you know what, I have wanted to read this one for a while. It's another sort of YA contemporary book, and it was calling to me out of all the other books that were on my TBR shelf, and I don't know why, but it is Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac by Gabrielle Zevin. And I have been meaning to read this book for a while. I think I got it off of Book Outlet. I don't think I got it off Book Depository, so I think I got it from Book Outlet for a really good price, but I don't know if it's still on there or if it's still at that price. I'm not entirely sure, but I actually really love this cover. Like, really love it. It's a typewriter, and I have been meaning to read it for a while. It's kind of like a laid-back contemporary from what I gather. I don't know why, but it was calling to me from my TBR, so after I finish A Rose for Melinda, I will be picking this one up. Of course, that one is subject to change, because if I don't feel like reading another YA contemporary after A Rose for Melinda, then I can always pick something else. But I have a feeling that I'm going to want to read that one. I don't know, it's just deep inside me.
Deep inside me.
I'm not going to set a big TBR goal, because then I'm going to feel obligated to read those, and it's going to put me back in a slump. And I've been really good. I've been reading at least 6 to 7 books a month, and that is like crazy good for me, considering. So I am perfectly happy with reading that many books a month, and if it means setting a low TBR goal to actually read more books, I'm all for it. Now, for those of you who have stuck around to the end of this video to hear about my special announcement, you finally made it to it, and I'm super excited to announce it and kind of scared. I came up with an idea earlier this morning for a new series on my channel, and I've never heard anything about it on BookTube or anywhere. The idea kind of came to me when I was thinking about how I had an idea for the cover of Snow Like Ashes. like a fan art cover, but I'm no good at Photoshop and I'm no good at drawing, so it wouldn't have worked if I ever made that. One thing I am good at, however, is baking. I've always been a big lover of baking, and I definitely got that from my grandma. My mom's more of the cook. She likes to cook like meals, and I like to cook sweets and treats and all those kind of good stuff that isn't really good for you, but it's still good for you. And so my idea was that I could create a series on my channel where I make a treat based off of books. Whether it's taking inspiration from a title or taking inspiration from a cover or something within the book after I've read it that just sparks like an inspiration for some sort of treat, I thought I could do something like that. The thing is, I don't know what I'm going to call that series yet. At one point I was thinking about calling it Cooking the Books or something along that lines, but if you guys have any ideas for that sort of series, please leave them down below because I seriously have no idea what I'm going to call it yet. That being said, I do have 3 ideas already for 3 different books, 3 different treats. The thing is, I don't know when I'm going to start this series because I definitely need to stock up on all my baking stuff. I don't know how often these videos are going to be coming out. I don't know if they're going to be like a regular weekly thing because it's going to take a lot of practice to get camera angles right and actually get little dishes that I can actually set out ingredients and stuff for. I'm also going to have to collect a lot of baking stuff because I'm currently out of all of my baking stuff. Ever since we moved, I haven't had any baking stuff in the house, so I've been working off of like cake mix boxes and stuff like that. But I want to make some full recipe ingredient list, like homemade baking, not just something from a box. I want to be creative with it and have a lot of fun with it. I do have 3 books in mind that I want to do treats for. One is Under the Never Sky, one is Awakening by Shannon Duffy, and one is Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rash. Was that one really a surprise? I don't think so. I don't think it should be a surprise at this point. So I definitely have some ideas brewing in my head, and I'm hoping tomorrow I will be able to get some baking stuff in the house so that I can start collecting the stuff that I need for the recipes that I have in my head to make. But before this series can start, it needs a name. So that's kind of what my announcement is. I am coming to you guys for help with naming this new series that I want to do. I am super excited about this idea and I'm hoping you guys are too. If you guys have any ideas for names about this series, leave them down below. But if you also have any book suggestions, if you have any books that you want to recommend to me to actually make one of these baking related videos on, I will be happy to do that. I just need the name of the book and I'll be able to Google it, and if I have the book then I'll be able to draw inspiration from it there. I can always just Google books, even if it's a book that I haven't read. And if you have any sort of idea, if there's like a food related item in the book that you want me to try and recreate, let me know and I will definitely try my best to do those. I am just really excited about this idea and I hope that you guys like this idea and I hope it goes over really well because I'm going to try my best to learn some new camera angles and hopefully the videos will turn out well. I have a feeling they will. I have a gut feeling that this is a good thing. That is my little announcement, which is kind of a major announcement, and that's kind of it for this video. I am now off to film a review for Awakening by Shannon Duffy, which, like I said, will probably be up before this one. But please be sure to leave comments down below about book suggestions or series titles, because I am definitely open to those. I definitely need help with the name of this series. And I think having some book suggestions from you guys will make it a lot better because then I have some ideas to go off of and I'll know what you guys want to see in that series. So that is it for this video, you guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye!